moving in with a new human. It took a little getting
Houston
used
All-Star
to. She has
shortstop
these weird
Carlos
games she
Correa
likes to
will miss
play,
6 to
like
8
this
weeks with a
giant
torn
feather.
thumb
She
ligament. He'll
sticks
be
it in my
back in
face.
September
I
after
swat it
surgery.
away. She
Re-injured
sticks
the
it in my
hand on a
face.
swing
I
last
swat
night.
it away.
Correa,
It's
with
almost
20
like she
homers
thinks I
already
enjoy
this year,
it.
was batting
But seeing how
.320.
much
He was
fun she
drafted
gets
number
out of
one
it,
overall
well,
5 years
I
ago.
guess it makes it
When
all
you're ready
worth
to
it.
experience a better way to
Humans.
sell
A
or
person
trade
is the best thing to
car,
happen to a
check
shelter
out
pet. Be that person.
TrueCar.com/trade
Adopt. Brought to
today.
you by the Ad
Tonight,
Council and the
Pittsburgh is hosting
ShelterPetProject.org.
Milwaukee in an hour, and the Pirates, one of their starting outfielders in recent years, Sterling Marte, finally returns from an 80-game suspension. He hit .311 last year, 47 stolen bases, but this year Marte tested positive for nandrolone. The Brewers place catcher Stephen Vogt on the DL with a sprained knee. He'll miss at least a month. Xander Bogaerts of the Red Sox is out tonight with a sore hand. He was hit by a pitch this month. Boston hosting Toronto in an hour. I'm Steve DeSay.
It's time for Clemson Sports Talk with Lawton Swan.
Ready, set, bring it.
Just call me Swanee.
Tiger style. Tiger style.
Finally, Clemson Sports Talk has come back to Columbia. Hello, everybody. Lawton Swan back at it once again here, 316 Greystone Boulevard. Fast-paced, action-packed. Hurry up and no-huddle sports talk programming for you. Fox Sports Radio 1400 in the Midlands. Heard around the world on the iHeart radio application. Download today. It is free. The Clemson Sports Talk app also free. And, of course, you can hang out with us over on our Slack channel. Head over to our website, ClemsonSportsTalk.com. That's ClemsonSportsTalk.com. And click on the live show chat and be a part of the program. Zach Lentz has had a busy, busy day. He has been on the road in the upstate at Dabo Sweeney's media golf outing. And he's got everything covered for us over on our website and for you on social media at Zach Lentz CST. 803-978-1832. Of course, you can follow everything going on in the world of Clemson at Clemson Sports. You keep up with me at CST Show. All of the information right here. And, oh, yeah, closing in. I think we may have surpassed 100 followers on our new Twitter handle. The handle below, though, at Clemson Sports, heading towards 15,000 and heading towards being the largest or most followed sports talk show in the state of South Carolina. 803-978-1832. 803-978-1832 is the number, and we look forward to hearing from you all here on the show that shakes the Southland tonight. I guess it was a week ago, right at a week ago, we talked about how this would begin to feel like the dark times of the college football season. This would begin to feel, you're in the final few weeks of the month of July. August will come around, boom, things will kick off, and it'll be going quickly. But last week we had the ACC kickoff. Lots of great insight, information, and interviews coming out of there. We've got some of those for you later tonight. Can't wait to get into some of that with you here on the show that shakes the Southland. I said later tonight. I meant later this week. I apologize. Later this week, we've got many interviews that we had an opportunity to talk with guys like Bobby Petrino, guys like Gary Stokan, who is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl president. So we'll have those interviews for you in the next couple of days. It should be a lot of fun. Even had a chance to sit down with my good buddy BJ Bennett from SouthernPigskin.com. We had BJ on the show. They actually had some technical difficulties with their stuff, and we've done a lot of work with them through the years. And because of that fact, I said, BJ, man, come jump on the horn with us. Be a part of Clemson Sports Talk. And so we may end up getting to one of those interviews tonight, but it just kind of depends on how things shake out, especially with Zach Lentz potentially coming on the program later. We may even hear from our good buddy William Qualkenbush. Of course, he and Kelly Zach, I almost said Zach and Kelly. Qualk and Kelly, their program has now moved to that 12-3 slot up on WCCP, and he's been a long-term guest here on Clemson Sports Talk. So we'll hope to talk to him coming up a little bit later as well. But perhaps some of the biggest news coming out of today's golf outing, the media golf outing, for me, just the takeaway that Brandon Streeter, Clemson's quarterback coach, had about freshman Hunter Johnson. And, of course, the conversations, and you heard Dabo Swinney's interview here the other day, and if you missed it, head over to ClemsonSportsTalk.com. It's over there right now. You can get back into that interview later to find out what Dabo Swinney had to say about the quarterback competition between Kelly Bryant, Zarek Cooper, and Hunter Johnson. In a little comparison, perhaps, in some respects, to the matchup or battle for the starting spot that at one time existed between Cole Stout, Chad Swag Kelly, and Deshaun Watson. But Brandon Streeter saying today about Hunter Johnson's athletic ability, saying that he is just as athletic as Deshaun. Now that feels like one of those quotes that deserves some of the, the breaking news sound effect or something to that respect behind it. Because that's not something that you, I think, assumed. That's not something that many people believed. If you watch Hunter Johnson's highlights, I don't know that anybody would take away from those highlights, yeah, this kid's probably as athletic as Deshaun Watson. But you saw some little flashes of that in the spring game, not a whole lot, but a little bit. And according to multiple people in and around the program, Hunter Johnson is quite the athlete, very athletic. As a matter of fact, has a level of escapability that is probably an underrated aspect of his game. But when your quarterback coach and a guy in Brandon Streeter who, fair or foul, I think we'd all like to believe, man, Brandon Streeter's the guy. Brandon Streeter, boy, he's a heck of a quarterback's coach. Did you see what he did with Cole Stout against Oklahoma? Did you see what he managed to do in the Russell Athletic Bowl with Cole Stout, where Chad Morris, as the quarterback's coach, couldn't squeeze 1 ounce of juice out of Cole Stout? The Tigers put up 40 points in that game. Now, not all of those were offensive scores, mind you, but Cole Stout looked like a different guy, and maybe it was because he didn't have the threat of Deshaun Watson over his shoulder in that game as Deshaun Watson was out having his knee surgery in the postseason back in 2014. But in terms of the job that Streeter's done, you'd like to believe he's been really, really good. Although I also feel comfortable saying that I probably could be a decent quarterback's coach for a guy like Deshaun Watson for a few years. So this will be a real test this year in 2017 for Brandon Streeter and this coaching staff and this offensive coordinating group with Tony Elliott and Jeff Scott, in terms of, are they capable of being as efficient as they were in the first game that they all coached together in 2014 in that Russell Athletic Bowl against Oklahoma. Not a lot of people gave the Tigers a chance that day. Not a lot of people thought Clemson would win that game. But Clemson came out and just obliterated the Oklahoma Sooners back in 2014. They didn't even look like they should have been on the field with Clemson. And maybe they were the team that was the most disgruntled. Maybe they were the team that was frustrated by being in the Russell Athletic Bowl, and maybe Clemson felt like they had something to play for and prove that season. But then you follow it up and you catch them the following year in the Orange Bowl, and you layeth the smacketh down once again. If there wasn't a reason to be ready to come back in 2015, outside of the fact that you were playing in a semifinal game, but you just got your teeth kicked in the previous year. And yet Oklahoma still wasn't ready for Clemson. But when Brandon Streeter comes out and says, Hunter Johnson is just as athletic as Deshaun Watson.
Take that for data.
That's all you can do. 803-978-1832. 803-978-1832, the number. You feel good, though, if you're a Clemson Tiger fan, to hear that. You feel good to believe that if the keys to the Clemson Tiger offense have to be given to a freshman, that he is athletic, that he has the capability to pull the ball down and make chicken salad out of chicken giblets, so to speak. I think that's something that may be an underrated aspect of Hunter Johnson's game as we sit here in July that many people would not have believed even watching film. I will correlate it to watching film of Christian Wilkins. And this is still one of my favorite recruiting video, story, whatever you want to call it, that I've had the opportunity doing this job to kind of watch and take away, and then just kind of hope that what you saw wasn't just a manimal on the field against little kids. It wasn't dad in the backyard playing football with his third-grade son and friends. That it was realistically a kid that was that good, and forget about the competition surrounding him. He's just that good. That's kind of where I would be right now with Hunter Johnson. I mean, Hunter Johnson's recruitment was not predicated on being a great offensive threat with his feet. Hunter Johnson's recruitment was not about, mobility in the pocket and his elusiveness. That's not where he was tabbed, and that's not how people perceived him. He was the top-rated quarterback prospect, and he was the guy who many people believe could stand in the pocket, toss the pill around, and do a good job with it. But for me, some of the biggest news coming out today from Dabo Swinney's golf media outing, I don't even think it's close. Hunter Johnson's athletic ability. The question was asked. Brandon Streeter replied, he is just as athletic as Deshaun. Your thoughts, 803-978-1832. You can text us thanks to our friends at the Ocean Reef Resort, 803-450-0086. And again, if we do get in touch with Zach Lentz or William Qualkenbush, they'll join us via the D&C Trucking and Transport guest line. And think about this for a minute. As great as it is to get up to the golf media outing, the cell service, the internet service, everything up at the reserve is, reserved, so to speak. Very difficult to get messages out there. Zach called me at one point today, and we probably would have been better off stretching a couple of tin cans and a line of string across the state of South Carolina. I mean, that's how bad the cellular reception was. We send it out to the phone lines here, though, on Clemson Sports Talk tonight. Caller, welcome in. What's up?
What's up, Swanee? Real Payson checking in, and I gotta say something about. I have to take Streeter at his word right now. What he's saying, about Hunter, because think about the quarterbacks he was around when he was at Clemson. His backup, if I'm correct, was Woody Dantzler, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so he knows athletic quarterbacks, and if we all remember, Woody was an amazing quarterback at Clemson, and he had a young man after him who was built to basically be Woody Dantzler 2.0 in Willie Simmons. And he did not have the type of start to his career that he wanted, and Whitehurst took over. So I think I hope we don't see that. I think Kelly Bryant is an outstanding quarterback, but remember the history of this. Willie was supposed to be that person, and so was Cole Stout. The good thing about the situation, first, it's definitely a first world problem that we have so many good quarterbacks. And
Sure. That's a great analogy.
But the simple fact is that we know that we have a coaching staff that is ready to pull the trigger on what needs to be done for our offense to click. People still, I don't know why they still picture Deshaun as a run-first quarterback. I think there's people out there who still picture him that way. But if we remember, through his 3 years as a starter, his rushing numbers went down. Like at first they were kind of low, and then they went up his sophomore year because of how it was built in our offense. But then, last year he was a throw-first quarterback, which may have led to most of his interceptions. But this offense is built around a quarterback who's going to get rid of the ball quickly, is going to hand it off in the play action, and is going to build off of that. We're not a run-first offense. With the wide receiver that we have, if we have a gunslinger in there, that might be the best quarterback for us.
Well, you make a good point about Deshaun Watson's numbers slipping off from 2015 to 2016. I will congratulate you quickly, though. I believe you are one of the few, Paysan, who have ever won multiple awards here. Back in 2015 on the Swanee Awards, you were the 5-star caller with a 2-star attitude. And last night, you brought home the most sarcastic tweeter of the year here on the program. So congratulations are in order.
I appreciate it, Swanee. And, it's all about my fans. And let's be honest, it's all about them. I do it for them. So I appreciate it.
All right, man. Be good. Appreciate the phone call. My good buddy Mark listening to the program, The Real Paysan, here on Clemson Sports Talk. That's an interesting point he makes, because maybe I'm overstating or over-exaggerating the statement to some degree, in that perhaps Deshaun Watson, and I think he's 100% right on this front, Deshaun Watson's strength wasn't that dual threat ability anyway. And you know what? You're right. And I think that's a fair thing to call me out on and to nail me with. I think that's absolutely true. There were moments, and I think most notably in Deshaun Watson's career, that 2015, I guess it was the 2015 National Championship game, the 2016 National Championship, all that. Clemson v. Alabama Part 1, where Deshaun Watson's ability to be mobile in the pocket, to pick up first downs when the plays broke down. That game was probably the signature moment for Deshaun Watson in terms of really being a dual-threat quarterback. He had big runs. He had a big run in the semifinal game this past year against Ohio State. I believe he also had a big run, if my memory serves me correctly, in that Virginia Tech game in the ACC Championship. It wasn't as if that was – I don't think that was as if it was maybe as big a part of the Clemson Tiger offense as I kind of perceived it to be. I think the threat of it was certainly a bigger part than maybe anything. But maybe that comparison now doesn't need to be as expounded upon as I did earlier. Maybe that statement's not only absolutely true that Hunter Johnson is just as athletic as Deshaun Watson, but maybe my belief that Deshaun Watson was more athletically is not really the case. And that's a possibility. Now, there's more information that came out today from Dabo Swinney's media golf outing that we've got to get into. I think we've got to talk about some of the things that Brent Venables said. You go back to the track record of success that Dabo Swinney's had at Clemson, and really the jumping off point was the hiring of Brent Venables. And you look back on it, I don't know what direction the Clemson Tiger pendulum was going to swing had they kept a guy like Kevin Steele. As a matter of fact, I don't even know where Dabo Swinney's career would be today had Clemson kept Kevin Steele. But as we mentioned last week on the program, the defensive identity that Brent Venables brought in, and it was clear at his press conference when he went all cutting time on you, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. That has been the single greatest difference maker. Brent Venables and his passion and energy surrounding that Clemson Tiger defense. I'm going to tell you some of the things he had to say when we get back. Stay with us.
A worldwide phenomenon is back. Our 2017 iHeart Radio Music Festival. September 22nd and 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Over 20 of the greatest performers on the planet converge in Las Vegas for 2 nights. Keep listening all this weekend for your chance to win tickets before you can even buy them. Awesome. Set a reminder for our exclusive Capital One cardholder presale that starts next Tuesday at 1 p.m.
You've done the research, Jonathan, and decided on a Honda.
And you waited for just the right time to buy, Gary, and now it's here.
The Honda Summerbration Sales Event
at Honda of Columbia.
We're clearing out every 2017 Honda in stock at the lowest prices of the entire year and giving you a hassle-free buying experience.
Don't wait. The Honda Summerbration Sales Event is the time to buy at Honda of Columbia, your friendly family Honda dealer since 1978.
Highway 378 at I-20 and HondaofColumbia.com.
Hi, my name is Donald Kidwell, current owner of CrossFit Iron Mary's. After finding CrossFit in 2012, I lost 128 pounds. At CrossFit Iron Mary's, you're not a barcode, you're an actual person. Where you are now is not important. Where you want to be is. 3 locations to reach your fitness goals in Columbia: the Old Mill in Lexington, Trotter Road in West Columbia, and downtown near the Carolina Baseball Stadium. Check us out online at CrossFitIronMarys.com or give us a call at 803-414-9601. Set up your first set of free classes today at CrossFit Iron Mary's, 803-414-9601.
I'm having hot flashes again.
Susan, you can't be serious.
I said I'm having hot flashes.
You're sitting in a kiddie pool full of ice.
Hot flashes.
Those aren't hot flashes. Our AC is broken.
Oh, well, can you hand me my margarita?
Don't fall victim to hot flashes. Call E.F. Martin for all your cooling. 799-1717 or efmartin.com.
Call E.F. Martin, Heating and Air. When you call us, we'll be there.
Hey guys, Lawton Swan here. I was hanging out in the backyard with my son Mason the other day, and he said, "Dad, you're the best father ever." I was like, "What makes you say that, son?" He said, "When I go outside to play now, I don't get eaten up by the bugs anymore." Imagine that, me, a hero, when all I did was just a couple of weeks ago call Trey Powell at Mosquito Joe with their routine service plan. No more bugs and no more bites. Make yourself the family hero. Call Mosquito Joe today, 803-223-7916. Outside is fun again.
Welcome back to Clemson Sports Talk, your iHeart Radio home for the 2016 College Football National Champion, Clemson Tigers.
Clemson Sports Talk, Lawton Swan, the Platters in the background, Rudy up in Central listening to the show that shakes the Southland tonight. So, Swanee, what's this app I need to download? What's it called? It's called Slack, S-L-A-C-K. I know, sounds terrible. It is not. It is great for live communications, etc., and we're so excited about the direction, not only of the show, but of the Clemson Sports Talk brand and what we're doing with our website to bring you brand new information daily, hot off the presses. Zach Lentz doing his thing. We've got Lowell the intern out and about. Speaking of Lowell the intern out and about, he claims he will be here the rest of the week. We shall see, Lowell. We take every statement from Lowell the intern here with a grain of salt. We'll see if Lowell the intern is here tomorrow, indeed, through Friday. 803-978-1832. Appreciate Rudy chiming in via the Ocean Reef Resort text line. It's 803-450-0086. If you don't have our free Clemson Sports Talk app, go ahead and get it. Lots of great news, lots of great information, all the ways you can participate, from the phone lines, the text lines, everything's there for you. It's a one-stop shop for any Clemson Tiger fan, and we've done some tweaking over there, and I know that when you make changes to people's habits and routines, they get frustrated, and I apologize to those of you that go, "Oh, Swanee, you moved this. Oh, you changed that." What we're really trying to do now is make ClemsonSportsTalk.com the focal point for you in terms of where you get your Clemson news. So we thank you. This is the 4th year. We had our Swanee Awards yesterday. So we're heading towards our 5th annual Swanee Awards 364 days from now. So you've got your chance to establish yourself as one of the front runners for those awards. We had our award show yesterday. It was so much fun getting a chance to celebrate you, the listener, and celebrate this program and what it's become. Again, we're just thankful for the folks at iHeart Media for giving us this opportunity. Obviously, Ron Hill and L.J. Smith, Christopher Thompson, Gary Barboza, and many other people here who have been a huge part of what we have been able to do during our 4 years on the air. And we look forward to a bright future. Hopefully, not only here in the Midlands of South Carolina, but maybe in your market. So I'll encourage you, the Clemson Tiger listener, if there's a sports talk station in your town and you don't like what's on the air from 6 to 8 p.m., call them and tell them about the show that shakes the Southland. We'd love to be a part of your evenings wherever you are. 803-978-1832. But the great thing about it is we have the iHeart Radio app for you to listen around the world. We have our free podcast editions of the show. You listen when you want to listen. You can be a part of us in the morning, in the afternoons, whenever it fits your schedule. Maybe it's while you're out running around town doing work, running errands. Doesn't matter. You can still be a part of this show, and that's what's great about it. And you can watch it, too, over on ClemsonSportsTalk.com. Well, it wasn't just Brandon Streeter today who had some words that turned heads a little bit. Streeter's comments, if you're just joining us, speaking of freshman Hunter Johnson's athletic ability, saying he is just as athletic as Deshaun. That seems like good news. On the other front, you had Brent Venables, who was asked about the situation on the defensive line. Now, some of you are thinking, what situation? Swanee, are you kidding me? If you think you could coach quarterbacks at Clemson with Deshaun Watson there, Swanee, you'd certainly be a shoo-in to be a defensive line coach in 2017. And you're probably right. But as I mentioned earlier, when you think about Brent Venables and think about some of the statements he's made in the past, he seemed to be in fairly rare form earlier today at Dabo Swinney's media golf outing, when he was asked about former Clemson. Well, it really wasn't about LaSamuel Davis as much as it was about the situation with Richard Yergin being injured in a car accident, being out for the year, and then Clemson losing LaSamuel Davis. And what Brent Venables said about the, quote, concern over that was, I'm not concerned over LaSamuel. He hadn't done anything. Nothing. Now, Davis, of course, came in needing to improve some in the academic areas. I believe, if I remember correctly, was a late enrollee, got in. Then he needed to put on some weight, came in looking more like a tall wideout than a defensive lineman. Began to get his weight up, put on some good weight, and in all honesty, we kind of talked about him several months ago as potentially a guy who maybe down the line could develop into a Vic Beasley, more of a speed rusher, not so much a set-the-edge defensive end the way you saw a guy like Christian Wilkins do it and the way some of the bigger guys have done it in the past. He was probably going to have to be an explosive guy off of the corner. Now, he's transferred to SC State, but Brent Venables in rare, dare I say rare form, seems like probably normal form for Brent Venables. I mean, he's a guy who has his own get-back guy who has to hold him back off the field during the Clemson Tiger football games. He is as fiery, perhaps, as any defensive coach in America. But nonetheless, Brent Venables today with that statement, and I don't think necessarily a statement that was taking a shot at LaSamuel Davis, but a statement saying, look, the kid hadn't done anything. But it's not like this is a situation where Christian Wilkins or Dexter Lawrence had transferred out of the program. Losing Richard Yergin, there's no question that hurts this team because Yergin is a guy who in 2017 was surely going to be splitting snaps at some point along the way. I mean, he was going to get opportunities. whether it was filling in for Cleveland Farrell whenever he needed a breather, whether it was filling in for Austin Bryant on the other side whenever he needed a breather. There's no doubt in my mind, watching him play, that you were going to get snaps without a shadow of a doubt from Richard Yergin this year. But I think the comment, not meant to be a shot, but certainly tasted like, boom, there. Maybe more of a shot at the question being asked, but saying, look, he hadn't done anything. You didn't lose a contributing piece. You didn't lose somebody who was garnering snaps and minutes and opportunities on the field from somebody else. He hadn't done nothing. 803-978-1832. 803-978-1832. Again, if you have an Amazon Echo, you can simply use your trigger phrase, which is typically ALEXA. I'll spell it. Enable the Clemson Sports Talk skill. And if you do that, you should have a brand new addition to your news feed so that you can get the latest out of Tiger Town. Now, we have had some problems with both sides of it. We had our problems with our one where your device reads it to you and the one where I read it to you. But I think now they've got those things all squared away, and we will be kicking those back up full throttle here this evening. It's been a bit of a journey, I would say, when you are a groundbreaker in terms of what you're trying to do, and that's exactly what those apps are for us. We've had some hurdles, but I think we've gotten through them. Not on our end, more on Amazon's end. 803-978-1832. We're back in 3.
Need custom shirts, hats, or uniforms? How about promotional giveaways for your business or organization? Need fast turnaround times? Look no further than Meridian Printing and Promotions. Located in Lexington, they provide an in-house art department, in-house screen printing, and in-house embroidery services to the Midlands and beyond. For the absolute best quality products and services, contact Meridian Printing and Promotions, 785-4990. Check them out online, mbspromo.com.
When you have a need for a plumber, you need it fast and you need it done right. If you're dealing with busted pipes, maybe you need your toilet repaired or you're battling a clogged drain, break free from average service and experience the best with Freedom Plumbing. Call James Carwell and the staff at Freedom Plumbing to get the job done fast, on time, and most importantly, right the first time. Freedom Plumbing, your local 24-hour plumber. Call 803-447-0471 or online at freedom-plumbing.com.
Tiger fans, look no further than the Tiger Sports Shop in Clemson for all your game day gear. Since 1974, they've brought you everything Clemson for the Clemson fan. With quality brand names such as Nike, Under Armour, Antigua, Ping, and many more. From hats to t-shirts to tailgate, the Tiger Sports Shop has all the Clemson apparel a true Tiger fan needs. With 2 convenient game day locations in Tigertown, shop where I shop at I Am Ibrahim's Tiger Sports Shop. They fuel the passion of Tiger fans everywhere. Check them out online, tigersports.com.
Hurry in. For a limited time, get big savings on automotive batteries while they're hot. Visit AutoZone today for hot deals on the parts and supplies you need. While heat causes battery fluid to evaporate, which could damage your battery, Duralast batteries are designed to beat the heat, tested to start your car at up to 167 degrees Fahrenheit. And right now, you'll get a $20 AutoZone gift card by mail-in rebate when you buy select automotive batteries. Let's get you what you need. Restrictions and details apply. Limit 2.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
When a stroke happens, every second counts. So don't drive and call 911 to get to the emergency department as soon as possible. At Lexington Medical Center, we're pleased to serve our community. As a certified primary stroke center, our acute stroke team rapidly evaluates patients and provides them with the fastest treatment possible. This specialized care limits the chance of brain damage and gives stroke patients a better chance of full recovery. Act quickly at the first sign of a stroke and count on the Stroke Center at Lexington Medical Center to provide you with the best possible care.
From 2 men and a truck, movers who care. Tonight the skies stay clear and the temperatures stay warm, lows mid-70s. Tomorrow sunny and hot. The highs will be in the mid to upper 90s. For Channel 25 ABC Columbia, I'm Chief Meteorologist John Farley.
This report is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass. The all-new 2017 Jeep Compass. No matter your destination, there's a million beautiful, ever-changing ways to get you there. See the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass, now at your local Jeep dealer.
Follow Clemson Sports Talk on Twitter at Clemson Sports. Now more of Clemson Sports Talk. Take it away, Dad.
Come on, you know I got ya. Yeah, one, break the wall, break down the walls. Foot and watch the love, baby. You know the Judas and how you priest, baby. What I got is not from the least. Bring it to the stage in the rage of the beast.
No, that's not your beach music hits, but every once in a while, I do get the itch to play a little wrestling intro music. Of course, Chris Jericho's intro there, and man, the first time that played, when The Rock was in the ring and Jericho, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? And I kind of got in this mood. By the way, 803-978-1832. It's Clemson Sports Talk. I'm Lawton Swan on Twitter at Clemson Sports. And you can follow me at CST Show. When you have a schedule like I do with the radio show, the website, everything we're doing on social media, everything we're trying to grow right now, you stay quite busy. But this time of the year, you start to get some really neat opportunities. And this morning, I had a chance to be on the radio down in Louisiana and had a chance to talk about the Clemson Tigers with the Alan Michaels Show. And Alan is apparently a pretty big wrestling fan, simply because on my intro, it was kind of like a New Day theme. They were kicking off their coverage of 64 teams or however many teams they were doing. Clemson, the defending national champs, were number one. That was the first to go. And then after that, he did a segment, and I happened to hear that he was going to it about Raw, and he was getting into Kurt Angle and this whole situation that went down last night. So I had to listen to a little bit of that, and that kind of got me in the wrestling mood today. So when I showed up in the studio, I told Rob Sanders, I said, man, I'm kind of feeling the wrestling theme today. Kind of feeling it. Again, the Clemson Tigers coaching staff up at Dabo Swinney's media golf outing today. Lots of opportunities for Zach Lentz, who's our senior writer over at Clemson Sports Talk, to have a chance to talk with those guys. Lots of information and articles will be coming out on our website, but we'll hear from Zach a little bit later in the program tonight via the DNC Trucking and Transport guest line, but we send it out to the phone lines right now. We've got another caller on the line with us tonight. Caller, welcome in. What's up? Hey, caller, you there? All right, so no caller there. Not sure what happened. Anyway, that happens from time to time. It happens. 803-978-1832. 803-978-1832. We talked a little bit earlier about the situation at quarterback for the Clemson Tigers, and again, with Brandon Streeter saying that Hunter Johnson was as athletic as Deshaun Watson, my eyebrows were raised just a little bit. But then Brandon Streeter also talked about the fact that a guy like Kelly Bryant would absolutely be on the field. Called him dynamic. Said we saw that in the spring. We've known that as coaches. And if you go back, Kelly Bryant, before he was at Wren, he was at Abbeville, and I can remember when he was a freshman, just seeing highlight reel films of him making plays where you just went, well, this doesn't look fair. The difference being, again, though, for Kelly Bryant in 2017, and the reason that I think that Hunter Johnson is becoming more and more of a threat to be the starter for Clemson, is the fact that Bryant was only 6 of 9 last season, 48 yards and a touchdown. I mean, the opportunities just weren't there. If this coaching staff had really trusted Kelly Bryant, then maybe he would have had more opportunities. But there's also the flip side of that coin, and this Clemson Tiger team won game after game after game last season by a margin of 7 points or less. I mean, it was routine. Even in Game 2 against Troy, you're talking about a 6-point win for the Clemson Tiger team that would go on to be the national champions. I mean, it wasn't as if opportunities were presented to Kelly Bryant game after game after game. Clemson, again, going 7-1 in games decided by 7 points or less this past season. The one blemish, of course, that 43-42 loss at home to Pitt. But maybe, just maybe, that was a bigger part of the 6 of 9. If Kelly Bryant were 6 of 90 with 480 yards and 7 touchdowns, this might be a different feeling about the experience factor, about the experience difference between your junior quarterback and a freshman. I think still for me, though, Lawton Swan, the objective observer of this Clemson Tiger team, I think the thing that still is most shocking to me of all of this conversation is not about Hunter Johnson. It's not about Kelly Bryant. What is hard for me to believe is that Zerrick Cooper right now doesn't seem to be a part of this conversation from members of the media. Not saying that it's... I think maybe that part of that dynamic is because it's the freshman and because that's the more interesting storyline. You've got that out there more frequently. People aren't knocking down Dabo's door to say, hey, tell us about Zerrick Cooper. Can Zerrick Cooper be that starter for Clemson in 2017? It's more trendy, it's more hip, it's cooler to talk about the freshman. And maybe that's why you don't hear much about Zerrick. And maybe that's exactly what Zerrick needs to hear, little or nothing. Maybe that's exactly what a guy like Zerrick Cooper needs right now. Just to be the outsider. The guy people aren't buying. The guy people aren't talking about. And maybe, just maybe, that could be something that could drive him. Maybe that could be something that could motivate Zerrick Cooper to become a bigger part of this Clemson Tiger team in 2017. Maybe just not being talked about is healthy for him.
I guess that's your theory.
I mean, I don't know what else to say, because I thought, and this is sort of similar to where I was several years ago with Chad Swag Kelly. I was under the impression that Chad Swag would be the guy, and I thought Zerrick Cooper, just watching him, would be the guy. But the conversation is less about Zerrick and more about Hunter versus Kelly Bryant, and that's interesting. 803-978-1832.
A worldwide phenomenon is back. Our 2017 iHeart Radio Music Festival. September 22nd and 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Over 20 of the greatest performers on the planet converge in Las Vegas for 2 nights. Keep listening all this weekend for your chance to win tickets before you can even buy them. Awesome. Set a reminder for our exclusive Capital One cardholder presale that starts next Tuesday at 1 p.m.
Love it raw? For the freshest sushi in town, Sakatumi Grill and Sushi Bar, 807 Gervais Street in the Vista. Sakatumi's flavorful grill for non-sushi fans features the Kobe burger, filet and lobster, chicken hibachi, and more. Fresh sushi, flavorful grill, Sakatumi Grill and Sushi Bar, sakifresh.com.
Hi, I'm Alicia Kaufman-Quinton. My daddy, Billy Kaufman, opened Kaufman's Meat Plant at our present location in 1955. My family still works hard every day to ensure fresh quality cuts of beef, pork, and poultry. How about a tasty T-bone, ribeye, or New York strip steak? But to order at Kaufman's Meat and Place, just look for the signs near the intersection of US 1 and I-20 in Lexington. Call us at 356-0076 to place your order. Kaufman's Meat and Place, when you want the very best your money can buy.
Tiger fans, look no further than the Tiger Sports Shop in Clemson for all your game day gear. Since 1974, they've brought you everything Clemson for the Clemson fan, with quality brand names such as Nike, Under Armour, Antigua, Ping, and many more. From hats to t-shirts to tailgate, the Tiger Sports Shop has all the Clemson apparel a true Tiger fan needs. With 2 convenient game day locations in Tigertown, shop where I shop at I Am Ibrahim's Tiger Sports Shop. They fuel the passion of Tiger fans everywhere. Check them out online, tigersports.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to foxsportsradio1400.com/rules. Welcome back to Clemson Sports Talk, your iHeart Radio home for the Clemson Tigers, winners of the 2017 National Championship game.
Laid back and mellow we are here on the show that shakes the Southland, but it was not laid back and or mellow up at the reserve today. Dabo Swinney's media golf outing, Zach Lentz on the coverage for ClemsonSportsTalk.com. What an exciting time for us, and thank you, man. Thank you guys for being a part of it. FSU fan chiming in via the Ocean Reef Resort text line. He says, Swanee, I waited until July the 18th thinking I was going to get some Florida State Clemson tickets around 5 p.m. when they went on sale, and it didn't happen. They were not available. FSU fan, look, man, that's going to be a tough ticket. That's always a tough ticket, right? And I know it's probably not as fun for Florida State fans now that Clemson's gotten better, now that Clemson's really competitive, and that Florida State can't just railroad the Tigers every single season because they are, they've recruited better and they've got a better infrastructure and they're a better program. I mean, Clemson and Florida State right there neck and neck with each other. But I will say this. These two programs have been out in front in the Atlantic Coast Conference. And kudos to them, because when you talk about the catalyst to what we saw up at the ACC kickoff, when you talk about the catalyst that we've seen from these two programs in terms of participation in the college football playoff, and when you have a 4-team system in 5 conferences and you know one conference is going to be left out, at a minimum, one league is going to be left out, you better have representation. You better be the league that doesn't get left out. I mean, that's what you're trying to avoid, right? At all cost. Last season, it was the Big 12. The year prior, it was the Pac-12 who was left out. And the year prior to that, it was, I got to think through, Oregon, Florida State, Ohio State. It was the Big 12 who got left out. You don't want to be that conference. Okay, that's not the sweet spot. Trying to avoid that. And for Clemson and Florida State, they've really put the Atlantic Coast Conference, because of where these two teams are, maybe by comparison to their brethren in conference play, but they have both put themselves in position for a shot at the college football playoff in 2017 prior to the year getting started. And you don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know what's going to happen. DeAndre Francois could break his leg in the opener against Alabama, and the season goes in the tank. Clemson's quarterback issues could be a huge part of their success or failure in 2017. And maybe this division belongs to Louisville. But I do think that Clemson and Florida State have put themselves in a great position to be playing college football during the college football playoff. Maybe not both, but at least one of them, I think the odds are really good, will be there. Could both get there? Probably slim to none, but you might argue that this league could have as good a chance as anybody, given the fact that Florida State opens up with Alabama, who's going to be one of the better teams in the SEC, if not the best team by a wide margin, if you buy into the media, and I certainly would buy into that. I would believe that they're going to be back in the college football playoff again, without a doubt. But when you think about what a win over Alabama would do for FSU's resume, if they run out, whether or not Clemson runs out or not, if that's Clemson's only loss and Florida State goes undefeated, or if the Tigers navigate, and it would be tough, if the Tigers navigate it, and that's Florida State's only loss with a win over Alabama at the beginning of the year, the ACC might be poised to put 2 in. Now, it's not going to be easy. But FSU fan, I think you're right in a lot of respects. That game's going to be a tough ticket. Probably not as tough as Alabama and Florida State, but it'll be an absolute tough ticket. If you've been following the Big 12 media days, I believe his name is Zach Senor, and I'm not sure. He is the punter for Oklahoma State. He's got some great stuff over on social media in terms of his Heisman campaign. He talks about his hang time, talks about all the things that, he's basically your sportsman of the year in a lot of respects. Just the ability to go out and swing the baseball bat, shoot some hoops as well. Hang times are key. A really interesting campaign he's put together just as a joke. And if you were a college student in the 1990s, at some point, you probably visited a website.
Oh, I got to get on that internet. I'm late on everything.
Or created a website that had that dancing baby. You seen this? Yeah, he's got that as well, along with a trifold pamphlet that I am sure is going to be a hit on social media as it begins to make the rounds. Now, again, his last name, S-I-N-O-R. S-I-N-O-R is how you write his last name, spell his last name. Senor, I guess, for Heisman. Zach, America's #1 punter. Let me just read you. Could I take a minute and read you the trifold?
Well, that's the dumbest thing I've heard of.
Yeah, indeed, it may be. America's #1 punter. He's got a photo with a dolphin that says, "Animals love him. Opponents hate him. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for opposing offenses." 62.5%. And this is the ultimate Microsoft Word trifold, I'm pretty sure. 62.5% of all punts are down inside the opponent's 20-yard line. That's #1 in America, people. 35 punts were down inside the opponent's 20-yard line. That is also #1 in America. 0.94. That's yards per punt return allowed, thanks to amazing hang times. He's #1 nationally in opponent's starting field position. Glenn Spencer, defensive coordinator, who is a fan of Zach's, says, that guy could be the most valuable player on defense. Do the stats. Have somebody drive the ball 95 yards. Do the math. It's unbelievable. Mason Rudolph, quarterback and friend, also the brother of Clemson's Logan Rudolph, saying, he's been key for us. End quote. Skilled in many sports, but especially football, and he likes cool dogs. If you haven't seen this yet, we're going to retweet it right now over on Clemson Sports Talk. Over on Twitter at Clemson Sports and also at CST Show. That's beautiful work. That's a lot of fun. And that's perhaps one of the best things I've seen this week. Now, it's early yet. It's only Tuesday. But if you let me get a good look at the trifold brochure again. I dare anybody to put together a better one. I don't know that there's a better Heisman Trophy campaign going on right now than that one. It is spectacular. 803-978-1832. 803-978-1832. Don't forget you can text us thanks to our friends at the Ocean Reef Resort. That's 803-450-0086. Man, I don't know where the hours go. I just get in here and start talking to you and have a good time, and I'll look up, and next thing I know, it's an hour in. Yeehaw! Yeah, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. When we get back, though, we'll talk more about Dabo Swinney's media golf outing. Zach Lentz, senior writer for ClemsonSportsTalk.com, set to join us here on the show that shakes the Southland as we make our way towards another weekend closer to college football. Yes, I know it's only the Tuesday edition, but with a little Clemson Sports Talk in your pocket, on your iPhone or Android device, or on your Amazon Echo or your Google Home, it only makes the days go by that much quicker. Stay with us. Hour 2 coming up at 7:01.
Seven days a week, Platinum Plus pays tribute to the patrons from our armed forces with a room full of ladies who want nothing more than to show you how much they appreciate your service 7 days a week during Military Appreciation Night. What better thanks than to receive free admission to one of Columbia's hottest adult entertainment venues? Just bring your military ID and you get in free 7 days a week only at Platinum Plus. Online at theplatinumplus.com and on Facebook at Platinum Plus Columbia.
Looking to get away without having to spend a whole day traveling to your destination? Ocean Reef Resort offers 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom accommodations with the comforts of home and boasts the best oceanfront views. Swim in their sparkling indoor and outdoor pools, relax in their hot tubs, try out the Adventure Oasis pool with adult-sized water slide, or just float down the 250-foot lazy river. Visit us at oceanreefmyrtlebeach.com or call us at 1-866-935-0530 to learn more.
Our customers receive the best heating and air conditioning service in South Carolina. Hi, I'm Tim Mosley, and I can make that statement because that's what our customers tell us every day. We call it quality confirmed. Call us at 803-233-7172, and we'll call you when the job is done to confirm we met your expectations. That's quality confirmed. We're Carolina Conditions, and we're committed to meeting your expectations. 803-233-7172. Call us at 803-233-7172.
Hey guys, Lawton Swan here. I was hanging out in the backyard with my son Mason the other day, and he said, "Dad, you're the best father ever." I was like, "What makes you say that, son?" He said, "When I go outside to play now, I don't get eaten up by the bugs anymore." Imagine that, me, a hero, when all I did was just a couple of weeks ago call Trey Powell at Mosquito Joe with their routine service plan. No more bugs and no more bites. Make yourself the family hero. Call Mosquito Joe today, 803-223-7916. Outside is fun again.
Lawton Swan here, and I know in sports we're always talking about the big guy. Well, let me tell you, when you're buying a car, you don't need that. What you need to do is head down to Orangeburg to my good friends at Ferry Chevrolet Cadillac. 4 generations of family-owned business right there at Ferry Chevrolet. No dock fees, no tricks, straightforward pricing in a low-pressure environment you'll love. Check them out online, ferrychevrolet.com, or call them 803-536-1600. It's Ferry Chevrolet Cadillac, just a short 30-minute drive off of exit 145A in Orangeburg.
Hurry in. For a limited time, get big savings on automotive batteries while they're hot. Visit AutoZone today for hot deals on the parts and supplies you need. While heat causes battery fluid to evaporate, which could damage your battery, Duralast batteries are designed to beat the heat, tested to start your car at up to 167 degrees Fahrenheit. And right now, you'll get a $20 AutoZone gift card by mail-in rebate when you buy select automotive batteries. Let's get you what you need. Restrictions and details apply. Limit 2.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The American Red Cross urgently needs blood and platelet donations and asks donors to schedule an appointment to give now. Every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood. Your blood donation is critical and can help save lives. Please, schedule an appointment today. Download the Blood Donor app, visit redcrossblood.org, or call 1-800-RED Cross today. You can make a difference.
From the E.F. Martin Heating and Air Studios, this is Fox Sports Radio 1400. WCOS Columbia. Available anywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app.
Fox Sports Trending now.
Trade in Major League Baseball. Arizona completes a deal with Detroit, getting star outfielder J.D. Martinez for 3 prospects. Martinez is batting .305, hit .307 for Detroit last year. Arizona currently has lost 5 games in a row, but does have all-star Robbie Ray on the mound at Cincinnati. One of the games about to start in the next few minutes. Also, Pittsburgh is home to Milwaukee, and Pirates outfielder Starling Marte returns from an 80-game suspension. The Dodgers have won 9 in a row. They start up in an hour at the White Sox, the worst team in the American League. Clayton Kershaw on the mound for LA. He's 14-2. Houston will be hosting Seattle, but Houston All-Star shortstop Carlos Correa will miss 6 to 8 weeks. He was re-injured on a swing last night. It's a torn thumb ligament. He'll be back in September. When you're ready to experience a better way to sell or trade in your car, check out TrueCar.com/trade today.
It's time for Clemson Sports Talk with Lawton Swan.
Ready, set,
Just call me Swanee.
Tiger style. Tiger style.
It is hour number 2. That's prime time right here on Fox Sports Radio and iHeart Radio. Lawton Swan with you each and every evening, 6 to 8 p.m. Of course, podcast editions available anytime, any place, anywhere. Learn more, ClemsonSportsTalk.com. Continuing to grow the Clemson Sports brand. 803-978-1832. Zach Lentz, senior writer, coming up here on the program in a little bit. Again, we've talked a lot about Brent Venables. We've talked a lot about Dabo Swinney and the coaching staff, and some of the comments from Brandon Streeter today as they sat down with members of the media up at Dabo Swinney's media golf outing. One of the other things we talked a little bit about earlier on the defensive side of the ball was the defensive line. And again, I mentioned the fact that Brent Venables had commented on Samuel Davis and basically saying that, not really a loss. He hadn't really done anything. I failed to mention to you the rest of that conversation where Brent Venables went on to say that, but you know what, Scott Pagano, that was a loss. That's one. And saying that it made little sense to him that Scott Pagano would transfer to Oregon. But he wished Scott nothing but the best. Some of the other news that came out earlier today, and again, Zach Lentz will be on with us a little bit later to talk about other aspects of this Clemson Tiger football team in 2017, was when Brent Venables said that Tanner Muse, Trey Lamar, and Shaq Smith are ready to prove themselves. Now, of those 3, Muse, Lamar, and Smith, if you had asked me a calendar year ago who I thought would have been the most impactful player by this point, I would have pointed to Shaq Smith. I think it is hard to find custom-made, cookie-cutter, ready-to-go players, guys who are just built for it. I thought Shaq Smith was that. And I don't know if we can overstate the value of a redshirt year for him. Now, could that come to bite Clemson in the rear end 2 years down the road? I think it could, much like the Mackenzie Alexander situation. Now, Alexander's situation, different, though. He redshirted because of an injury and then left after just playing 2 years. Shaq Smith has the DNA to pull that off. Can he, will he, at linebacker? I don't know. But the blessing and curse of a redshirt year for a kid as talented as Shaq Smith is maybe just 2 years of playing time. But that is a blessing and a curse that this Clemson Tiger team will have to, no doubt, battle through as you look down the road at Clemson's future and where they are in recruiting circles. David D23 chiming in via the Ocean Reef Resort text line. Talking about growing the brand. He says, how about them Clemson Sports Talk koozies? Champions on one side, show info on the other. What you talking about, David D? I'm thinking that might be in the works tonight. The problem with koozies now, though, everybody wants such a fancy koozie. You can't just give them a little plain koozie anymore. It's got to have a magnet on it. Sticks to the side of your truck. Sticks to the side of your tailgate tent. Give somebody one of those old floppy koozies, they just look at you funny. What's this? I need a high-dollar koozie. Keep my high-dollar beverage of choice cool. I can't be knocking back these 89-cent Busch Lights in a low-dollar koozie. Okay. I feel you. You can chat over on our Slack channel. Head over to ClemsonSportsTalk.com right now, and you can click on the link on the top left side of the page. Well, I say top left. Left middle. It says live show chat. We'd love to have you join in on the conversation over there. Checking out what's going on in terms of the conversation. We've got several people chiming in, some in the Clemson Sports chat room. Boozer says he cannot wait to see some of these players in person against Kent State. He goes on to say, and then he'll feel better about team chemistry. Well, you've got a number of stars to replace on the offensive side of the ball, but the defense ultimately could tell the tale of the season for this team. And I think that's what gives even the Debbie Downer Clemson Tiger fan a glimmer of optimism in 2017. And I think that's why you don't hear a ton about the losses offensively from people who have really followed this program, because as good as Watson was, as good as Williams was, as good as Gallman was, and Artavis Scott, I think Clemson Tiger fans feel comfortable on both lines of scrimmage. I think they feel great about Clemson's defense. I think they believe that this team has done enough on the recruiting trail that replacing pieces as valuable as the ones that you have are not a recipe for disaster. And I don't know where that label is for you, disaster, in 2017 in terms of this Clemson Tiger team. But I think disaster for most people is probably 4 losses. And I know worse than that would certainly signify bad things for Clemson Tiger fans, but I think 8-4 is like a shock to most of you. Even given the 2017 schedule, 8-4 for the majority of Clemson Tiger fans in the regular season is an unbelievable letdown. Unreal for many of you. And I don't care who you're playing. If I came in here and I walked in here on a Tuesday in July and said, Tiger Nation, you're going 8-4, most of you would say, Swanee, you're out of your ever-loving mind. And I think that that's probably disastrous in terms of the season for most of you. And I don't blame you, because I can't see it right now. And if I'm walking in here in December talking about an 8-4 season, I'm thinking, man, what went wrong? What went wrong? Again, Auburn at Louisville, at Virginia Tech, at NC State, Florida State. Those are 5, quote, games that I guess have kind of that toss-up vibe around them. I tend to think this is a 10-win team minimum. I mean, I think Clemson's better top to bottom than Auburn, top to bottom than Louisville, top to bottom than Virginia Tech. top to bottom than NC State. I think Florida State's the only team on the schedule that I don't know Clemson's top to bottom better than. NC State let Clemson off the hook last year. They'll be hunting the Tigers, and getting them in Raleigh is no easy task. But by November, I think as a Clemson Tiger follower, as a Gamecock peeking over the fence, you would believe that Clemson will be in a situation where, you know what? The quarterback is not a issue by then. Quarterback is not a concern. And again, the first 5 games of the season with Auburn, Louisville, and Virginia Tech, and the Louisville and Virginia Tech games being road games, those are concerning. But if you lose 4 games, I think that's the disaster zone for most of you. That's like the worst case scenario for even the biggest naysayers. 803-978-1832. Caller, welcome in.
You know, football is a funny game, and it is a game of inches, and the ball bounces funny ways, and everybody else out there is, pardon the cliche, they got 85 scholarships too, and they're all looking for a piece of the pie, and they're all gunning for Clemson. It is not at all out of the realm of possibility that this team goes 8-4. This team could be a really, really good team. This team could be a top 20 team and go 8-4 this season. I'm not losing any sleep over it. I can promise you that, Swanee.
Yeah.
We just won the national championship. Our recruiting is at an all-time high. We have what I believe is the best coaching staff in America and the best head coach under the age of 50 in America. I'm extremely happy to be where Clemson is right now. We've lost a lot from last season, and other than Deshaun Watson, I think we've replaced it with as good or better talent. We have some really good young players that are going to do some tremendous things.
Yeah.
The quarterback position is very important, and we're inexperienced, and who knows what's going to happen there, and who knows if somebody's going to make their field goal this year and we're going to lose to NC State. I mean, I'm not kidding, man. I mean, we were fortunate last year. You got to be fortunate to win. One year, Florida won the national title on Urban Meyer when they blocked 3 kicks against South Carolina. I mean, one of them was like the very end of the game. I mean, you have to have a little bit of luck along the way.
Can I throw one question out?
Yeah.
If Clemson wins September the 9th against Auburn, game 2.
They're going to win that game. But, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so they're going to win that game. And you still think 8-4, if they win that game, is a possibility? You don't think this team's better than that if they win that game?
I think this team can go 12-0.
Yeah.
That's not the point. The point is things happen in football, and when you got inexperienced quarterbacks,
this is true.
I mean, anything can happen. We're going to be in closer games this year. We're going to have less of a margin of error.
You know, now that's scary because, I mean, again, 8 games, 7 points or less, and you go 7-1 in those games?
Yeah, and you know, a lot of that was the beginning of the year. A lot of that was when that team last year had not woken up. They had a lot of pressure on them, and they kept winning when they weren't playing well. And, you know, my personal feeling is if NC State had made that kick, that team would have blown Pittsburgh out. You know, we needed to lose last year. I think that the coaching staff has a great learning tool and teaching lesson to show the team this year, hey, don't wait until that happens. You know, we don't know how the football season is going to pan out around the country. We can't assume that one loss is going to get us in the playoffs. You got to play your best every week. Having said that, I could easily see us losing to Louisville because of Lamar Jackson. I could easily see us losing to NC State. And Virginia Tech's not going to be a pushover. So, yeah, I'm not losing sleep over it. I'm intrigued about this year. I'm really looking forward to it. I could easily see us being a top 4 team again. But if we lose 3 games or 4 games, whatever the case may be, 2018, Trevor Lawrence, bye-bye.
There you go. 803-978-1832. And you talked about how you felt like they've replaced everybody at every spot, maybe with better talent except for that quarterback position. And if Trevor Lawrence ends up being what people believe he could be, he would absolutely be right on par with a kid like Deshaun Watson. Again, we go back to the earlier conversations out of Dabo Swinney's Media Days. If you're just joining the program for hour number 2, welcome into the show that shakes the Southland, Clemson Sports Talk. Brandon Streeter, Clemson's quarterback coach, when talking about Hunter Johnson, saying that he had I want to get you the exact quote. I don't want to misquote it, but basically it was he was just as athletic as Deshaun Watson. Now that's a good thing for Clemson Tiger fans. Now, we talked about that Virginia Tech game earlier, and I would tend to believe that Virginia Tech game on the road, just knowing that venue and knowing how tough that environment can be, I would tend to feel a lot of concern about it. I mean, I really would. And I don't want to be dismissive of Justin Fuente's ball club by any means, because he is a heck of a coach. Year 1, they go 10-4. They get to the ACC championship game. They're driving late, and Clemson gets an interception to seal the game. The final score in that one, 35. Clemson wins it. They're returning 5 starters on offense, 7 starters on defense. But they have as big of a red flag right now, in my opinion, at quarterback as Clemson does, with Gerard Evans moving on. I think the belief out there is that the redshirt freshman Joshua Jackson will be the guy. He's a heck of an athlete. I mean, he is a heck of an athlete. I think Justin Fuente will love having a player of his caliber and what he brings to the table in terms of his ability to make plays with his legs as well. I think they'll value that. But this is a team, again, that I just think has more issues. They lose a couple of starting wide receivers. You've got Cam Phillips back, who, by the way, Best Dressed Award at the ACC kickoff. We've got an interview with Cam Phillips we'll play later in the week. I just think that in terms of total question marks versus Clemson, this Virginia Tech team and Justin Fuente in year 2, I don't think, one, they're the favorite in the Coastal Division, in my opinion. And number 2, I think their quarterback situation's equally as daunting, I guess I would say. I mean, I think it's not a, this is not just a lace up the shoes and go type deal there either. Now, if they had Gerard Evans there, and remember, he went undrafted. With Evans in that situation at quarterback, being experienced, man, I probably would favor them in that game. But I really don't think that they're in any better spot at quarterback than Clemson, outside of they'll be playing that game at home. And I think Clemson is, without a shadow of a doubt, the more talented team. I love that comment, though, that the previous caller made about Dabo Swinney being the best coach in college football under the age of 40. It would be hard to argue with that. I'll tell you a guy who's got a chance to be maybe, and maybe I'm reaching here, but Lincoln Riley. Can you set a guy up for success any better than Lincoln Riley? I mean, Riley takes over a power program in Oklahoma, as Bob Stoops surprised the college football world stepping away earlier this summer. Lincoln Riley with an incredible offensive mind, great offensive talent there at Oklahoma. and a recruiting base, and he's done a great job since he's taken over in recruiting even better, taking that recruiting a notch up. He said today, though, I'll tell you what Lincoln Riley said today at the Big 12 Media Days when we return here on Clemson Sports Talk. Stay with us.
A worldwide phenomenon is back. Our 2017 iHeart Radio Music Festival. September 22nd and 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Over 20 of the greatest performers on the planet converge in Las Vegas for 2 nights. Keep listening all this weekend for your chance to win tickets before you can even buy them. Awesome. Set a reminder for our exclusive Capital One cardholder presale that starts next Tuesday at 1 p.m.
Do you need lodging for your next Tigers game? To get a real game day experience, skip the hotel and stay close to campus in one of Rent Like a Champion's comfortable vacation homes. You can call Rent Like a Champion, a Mark Cuban company featured on ABC Shark Tank at 855-BIG-GAME to set up your weekend lodging today.
For 28 years, the professional staff of the Hobbs Group and Hobbs Group Advisors has been dedicated to helping others achieve their financial goals by delivering quality, objective financial and accounting solutions to a diverse client base of individuals and businesses all over South Carolina. We offer tax and audit services, bookkeeping, payroll, litigation support, employee benefits, personal financial planning, investment management, and insurance services. Please call us at 803-799-0555 or visit our website, hobbscpa.com, to learn more about our people and services.
Attention, anyone who's suffering from lower back pain. Right now, HealthSource is offering our listeners an absolutely free back pain consultation on a first-come, first-served basis by calling 803-218-9047. Our doctors can find the root cause of your lower back pain and show you how to get well fast and stay well longer. No more pain. No more feeling worn out. Essentially, no more not feeling like yourself. Call 803-218-9047.
Listen to what our customers say about their pit stop.
So I drink Miller Lite or Coors Light, and 18-pack cans are $13.99. It's less than $1 each. I do have special talents, but you'll have to talk to the missus about those. Don't stop till you're at Pit Stop.
Looking for South Carolina's favorite country? You'll find it at 97.5 WCOS.
It's all right if you hang out with us, whether you're a Gamecock, Bulldog, Yellow Jacket, or Seminole. It doesn't hurt to peek over the fence and be a part of the Hurry Up, No Huddle Sports Talk Express. On Twitter, at In the Shadow of DV, that Shadow of Death Valley. He says, catching up on the podcast and honored to receive my first Swanee. Lots of celebrating in the Clemson family lately. So we appreciate In the Shadow of DV being a part of the program. Again, if you missed it, yesterday was our annual Swanee Awards. That's our anniversary on the air. Technically, our anniversary was Saturday, but we did it on Monday. We went through and gave out a slew of awards here on the program, and it's always a lot of fun. And just to give you a quick rundown, what you missed, the best lead-in show, 2017, goes to The Herd with Colin Cowherd. The most miles logged listening, the Traveling Man Award, that went to Clemson Craig, the Swanee there. The 5-star caller with a 2-star attitude, as we've now renamed it, the Cleveland Man Award. That went to Overton's Orange yesterday. The 2-star caller with a 5-star attitude, that went to O-Line. That's O-Line's second time winning it. He won that award back in 2015. Our most sarcastic tweeter, that went to the Real Paysan in 2017. Best Twitter interaction, a new award. That was the one that Shadow of Death Valley took home in 2017. Very interactive with us over on Twitter at Clemson Sports. Also, those of you that engage with me over on at CST Show. The chat room MVP went to Davey D23, our Gamecock Caller of the Year, and a two-time winner, and also a repeat winner yesterday, our only person to take home 2 titles. That went to O-Line. The Best Texter Award went to TJ. Our best rival fan texter, that went to FSU fan, who we've heard from here on the program tonight. And our intern of the year, who is conveniently not here again, is Lowell the intern. So Lowell, you're in trouble, buddy. I don't think you're going to win the best intern of the year next year, especially if Clemson Sports Talk's brand continues to expand. I can pretty much guarantee you that you're not going to win that award either. Again, if you have a great moment that you remember, a great phone call, best caller, whatever that you took away from this past year, we'd love to hear from you here on Clemson Sports Talk. Let us know. You can text us via the Ocean Reef Resort text line. You can also call us and be a part of the program and let us know your thoughts on this past season, and if you have any memories that you'd like to reflect upon, we'd love to go through some of those with you. Dabo Swinney doesn't really care if Florida State's picked to win the ACC. Again, this news coming out of the ACC, or excuse me, Dabo Swinney's media golf outing today. He said, we just had a meeting with our team yesterday, and that's one of the things I told them. All this preseason stuff, and I know it's necessary and it's awesome to be able to have a job where people are really interested in it and everybody wants to talk about it and everybody's excited about the season to come. That's the cool part. But for me, when this is what you do and you're dealing with a bunch of young people, it's just a waste of time for my players to have to worry about any of that stuff because it doesn't matter. You got to go out and prove it. Dabo Swinney's right. He said in our interview the other day that we had right here on Clemson Sports Talk, again, it's up on our website, clemsonsportstalk.com. He said in our program, you ain't going to be anointed. You're going to earn it. And that's what Dabo Swinney's mentality is when it comes to this Clemson Tiger football team. You're not going to be anointed. You're going to earn it. And because of that fact, I think he's done a very good job in keeping all of the distractions that surround college football at a distance. You can't avoid it all. It's not an irrelevant topic. It's not something you could just avoid either. You've got to address it, and you've got to understand that no matter how many times you broach it with the players, they got to get it. They got to buy into it. Coach Swinney went on to say, we've been picked to win the league, and we've won it. We've been picked not to win the league, and we've won it. We've been picked to win the league, and we've lost it. So we've been all across the board. And he's right. And again, this is not a team or a group of individuals. I think because you've had leadership on this team like Deshaun Watson in the past, like Ben Boulware, now with Christian Wilkins. You've had leadership in that locker room that has kept players focused on the task at hand. I would say if you called me today and you said, Swanee, what's your biggest concern about this Clemson Tiger team in 2017? It's probably who's going to be the leader offensively. Like, who's that guy you turn to? I think that's probably the biggest thing for me. Who do you trust?
And now, folks, it's time for Who Do You Trust? Hubba, 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 money, money, money. Who do you trust? Me? I'm giving away free money.
Exactly. Who do you trust? When the going got tough, there was Deshaun Watson. When you needed a big catch down the field, there was Mike Williams. When you needed 2.5 yards, there was Wayne Gallman. Who do you trust offensively in 2017? Let us know over on Twitter at Clemson Sports. If you're listening to the podcast, just drop us the name. Just put, this is who I trust. And tell me the name of the player. We'll read some of those on the air tomorrow if they come in. When they come in. Shouldn't say if. You can also text us 803-978-1832. And if you do any of that now, we'll get those on the air today. But who's that player you trust? I mean, if you tell me it's Mitch Hyatt, that's great and all, but he's not picking up the 3rd down and 2. That's great and all, but he's not running the little skinny post pattern. That's great, but he's not dropping a dime over a defender on 3rd and 15. Who do you trust when the chips are down offensively to come through? And that may be the biggest question that Clemson needs to answer prior to the Kent State game. Having the confidence that you can trust someone with the football in their hand. Having the confidence that you can believe that when you got to make the play, you've got somebody there who can do it. Because I think the minute you find that is the minute you eliminate even more questions that people have about the future of this program in 2017. Maybe that guy's Hunter Johnson. Maybe that guy's Kelly Bryant. Tavian Feaster, C.J. Fuller, Adam Choice. I feel like at the wideout position, Deion Kane, by the way, who was named to the Bednarik watch list earlier today. Excuse me, the Biletnikoff watch list today. I feel like Deion Kane can be trusted on the deep ball. He has shown an incredible ability to create space, utilizing just a little bit of leverage and a subtle push-off. That is a rare, rare talent. And he's only been flagged maybe once in his career for it, and I love it. Love watching it because it's so subtle. But if you had to have Deion Kane make that 3rd and 7 grab to win the ball game, does he get a case of the dropsies? Uh-oh. Because that's no good either. 803-978-1832. We may hear from Zach Lentz here on Clemson Sports Talk in the next segment. Stay with us.
iHeartRadio wants nothing more than to bring you closer to your favorite artists.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
So we've updated the iHeartRadio app. No, it's an upgrade. All your favorite music and stations, easier to find, getting you closer to the music you love with just a tap.
This is Taylor Momsen from The Pretty Reckless, and this is iHeartRadio.
All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free. Download and open the new iHeartRadio app today.
Love it raw? For the freshest sushi in town, Sakatumi Grill and Sushi Bar, 807 Gervais Street in the Vista. Sakatumi's flavorful grill for non-sushi fans features the Kobe burger, filet and lobster, chicken hibachi, and more. Fresh sushi, flavorful grill, Sakatumi Grill and Sushi Bar, sakifresh.com.
Columbia Office Furniture is the destination for quality new or used office furniture. Preview thousands of new quick-ship desks, chairs, workstations, file cabinets, bookcases, conference room furniture, and more at cofsc.com. Then visit our 12,000 square foot showroom at 301 Greystone Boulevard to see, sit in, touch, and feel actual samples before you buy, or browse our huge selection of quality used office furniture. And we offer layout and design services as well as installation. Visit cofsc.com today. Columbia Office Furniture. We furnish solutions.
The Midland's Ultimate Summer Camp Guide, brought to you by the YMCA, is here. Log on to foxsportsradio1400.com now and search camp. For a summer they won't forget, go to foxsportsradio1400.com now to see the Midland's Ultimate Summer Camp Guide, brought to you by the YMCA.
Hi, I'm Alicia Kaufman Quinton. My daddy, Billy Kaufman, opened Kaufman's Meat Plant at our present location in 1955. My family still works hard every day to ensure fresh quality cuts of beef, pork, and poultry. How about a tasty T-bone, ribeye, or New York strip steak? But to order at Kaufman's Meat Place. Just look for the signs near the intersection of US 1 and I-20 in Lexington. Call us at 356-0076 to place your order. Kaufman's Meat Place, when you want the very best your money can buy.
Looking to get away without having to spend a whole day traveling to your destination? Ocean Reef Resort offers 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom accommodations with the comforts of home and boasts the best oceanfront views. Swim in their sparkling indoor and outdoor pools, relax in their hot tubs, try out the Adventure Oasis pool with adult-sized water slide, or just float down the 250-foot lazy river. Visit us at oceanreefmyrtlebeach.com or call us at 1-866-935-0530 to learn more.
From
2 men and a truck, movers who care. Tonight the skies stay clear and the temperatures stay warm, lows mid-70s. Tomorrow sunny and hot. The highs will be in the mid to upper 90s. For Channel 25 ABC Columbia, I'm Chief Meteorologist John Farley.
This report is brought to you by Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia is getting you ready for the big eclipse. Test drive today and receive a free pair of Eclipse glasses. Plus, get out of this world deals on hundreds of new Toyotas. The eclipse is coming. Get ready for it today at Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
Welcome back to Clemson Sports Talk. Join the show now at 978-1832 or text 803-450-0086.
It is Clemson Sports Talk here on Fox Sports Radio and iHeart Radio. Lawton Swan, glad to be with you here, and joining us now from Dabo Sweeney's Media Golf Outing, an all-day affair, senior writer for ClemsonSportsTalk.com, Zach Lentz. You can follow Zach on Twitter at Zach Lentz, CST. Big Z, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just wrapping up a big day here. Lots of stuff going on, and it was actually a pretty laid back day, but no, it's a busy day here, but a day that is full of information.
I'm going to be honest, Zach. I think this is the first time I've had you on the show as an interviewee, and I'm so tempted to ask you to talk about, but
you asked me to talk about it, I may hang up on you.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so let's get started, though, with just the vibe around this event for this Clemson Tiger coaching staff, because, again, outside of really the national championship, that was the last time that the members of the media had a chance to really talk to everybody, and to see these guys together today as the defending national champions with the mindset of, pursuing the 2017 title. I mean, what was the vibe around this coaching staff? Did they seem to feel like they've accomplished anything?
Yeah, the vibe was very loose, but the vibe has been from Dabo Sweeney on down to every assistant coach. And you're right, this is the only time this season that we have access to every assistant coach. The vibe has been very much, we're thrilled with the accomplishments. The accomplishments last season were great, but this is a new team, a new season. We're ready to turn the page. We're ready to get after it. On August 1st is when players report. But, the vibe was very much we're done with last season. And Dabo Sweeney even addressed that earlier today when he said, we were done with last season in February. He said, y'all may not have been done with last season, but we were done with it in February. And that vibe has continued on through now mid-July.
When you look at the situation at quarterback for Clemson, I've talked about this quite a bit today here on the program. Brandon Streeter, quarterback coach, former Clemson quarterback. Heck, the guy had an award named after him for many years. I don't know if they still give out the Brandon Streeter Award for all the times he picked himself up off the canvas. But he was talking about Hunter Johnson's athletic ability. He said he is just as athletic as Deshaun. Your thoughts on that statement? Is that a bigger statement about Johnson's athleticism, or is it a bigger statement about the fact that even a guy like Deshaun Watson, it really wasn't necessary to be a, quote, dual-threat quarterback?
Well, here's the thing. When he said that, and I tweeted it out immediately, and got thousands of responses. Here's the thing. I don't think he meant that literally. I think what he was saying is the question was posed to him, is Hunter Johnson athletic? I mean, everybody knows how great of a pocket passer he is, but does he get the respect for being athletic? And I think he kind of, overplayed his hand when he said, he was as athletic as Deshaun. But I think the point he was trying to get to was, what? He may not be as athletic, but he's a lot more athletic than a lot of people think he is. And so I think that's the kind of takeaway from that. I don't think Hunter Johnson is as athletic as Deshaun Watson, but, Brandon Streeter said it, so we'll go with it.
Well, and again, I think, too, when you look at the spring game, I thought Hunter Johnson, I'll be honest, I know it wasn't, live contact, but I thought he looked more elusive than I expected him to look. And if he comes into fall camp, better physically and faster physically and, maybe has put on a little bit of weight, then maybe That's the thing, and maybe he's right on par with a Deshaun Watson. But speaking of putting on weight, the news that came out about running back Tavian Feaster, who's now bulked up just a little bit, that's going to make those people that have kind of looked at him from afar and went, well, he looks a little bit skinny, feel pretty good about where he is physically.
Yeah, here's a guy that, if you saw the Twitter picture that came out, went toe-to-toe with Deion Kane, literally toe-to-toe with Deion Kane in a 40-yard dash. And, now he's up to 220. And I actually asked Tony Elliott about it. I said, is this good weight, or is this, maybe an extra trip through the buffet line like I did today?
Right.
Is it that kind of weight? He said, no, this is great weight. He has not lost a step. He's just as fast, just as quick, just as elusive as he ever was. But he's now up to 220, and he said he's going to be just a bowling ball, by the time it's all said and done. Now, he doesn't want him to gain any more weight. He said he wants him to stay at 220. I think they could settle for maybe 215, but 220, they love what he brings at that weight.
Zach Lentz here on Clemson Sports Talk tonight, again at Zach Lentz CST. Of course, Zach coming on as our senior writer at ClemsonSportsTalk.com. Zach, today Deion Kane was named a 2017 Biletnikoff Award watch list player. And my question to the listeners tonight here a few segments ago was, who is that player offensively that you can trust? You had guys all over the field the past couple of years that you just knew you could trust in a pinch. In 2017, does that have to be Deion Kane, or is there somebody else that you would right now say, hey, you know what, this is the guy I really trust?
Well, I don't think it has to be Deion Kane. Here's the thing. I think you got a guy in Hunter Renfrow that Deshaun Watson even said last season, if he had to make a throw, if he had to have someone to catch a third down,
great point,
conversion, like in the national championship game, that 3rd and 3 on the final drive, who did he go to? He didn't go to Mike Woods. He didn't go to Ray. He didn't go to Artavis. Who did he throw to? He went to Hunter, because he said Hunter is the guy that I trust the most. So I think you've already got that guy. I think Deion Kane being a Biletnikoff Award voter, or nominee, I'm actually thrilled with. I am actually a Biletnikoff Award voter, and I caught all kinds of crap from Dabo last season by Williams not being named a finalist. But I think Deion Kane still has a lot to prove. I think he's still got some issues with his route running. Jeff Scott addressed that today. And just kind of making sure that he's fully engaged at all times. There were a lot of plays, maybe I shouldn't say a lot of plays, but there were numerous plays last season where he just kind of checked out, and he didn't run the right route, he didn't do the right thing. I don't think he can afford that this season. But getting back to your question, I think the Tigers already have who their go-to guy is. I think it's 13, Hunter Renfrow.
There you go. Hey, Zach, listen, man, great coverage today for the folks over on ClemsonSportsTalk.com and everybody that follows you on Twitter at Zach Lentz CST. Looking forward to seeing more stories coming out even later tonight and tomorrow morning as well, man. Thanks so much.
Absolutely, but we'll talk to you later, man.
There he is, Zach Lentz. He's on the ground up at Dabo Swinney's Golf Media Outing. You see that? Look, when you're the proprietor in charge, or whatever you want to call this role that I'm in, the creator of Clemson Sports Talk, you're back in studio grinding. Zach's at the buffet line, getting extra food right now, probably going back through. He'll probably bring we used to call it when I was a kid a doggy bag. You load it up and take it out there. Now, when did it become passe to call it a doggy bag? Now it's a carry-out tray. Can I get a carry-out box? You mean a doggy bag? 803-978-1832. Final segment of Clemson Sports Talk tonight coming up right after this.
A worldwide phenomenon is back. Our 2017 iHeart Radio Music Festival. September 22nd and 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Over 20 of the greatest performers on the planet converge in Las Vegas for 2 nights. Keep listening all this weekend for your chance to win tickets before you can even buy them. Awesome. Set a reminder for our exclusive Capital One cardholder presale that starts next Tuesday at 1 p.m.
Need custom shirts, hats, or uniforms? How about promotional giveaways for your business or organization? Need fast turnaround times? Look no further than Meridian Printing and Promotions. Located in Lexington, they provide an in-house art department, in-house screen printing, and in-house embroidery services to the Midlands and beyond. For the absolute best quality products and services, contact Meridian Printing and Promotions, 785-4990. Check them out online, mbspromo.com.
The Midlands Ultimate Summer Camp Guide, brought to you by the YMCA, is here. Log on to foxsportsradio1400.com now and search camp. For a summer they won't forget, go to foxsportsradio1400.com now to see the Midlands Ultimate Summer Camp Guide, brought to you by the YMCA.
When a stroke happens, every second counts. So don't drive and call 911 to get to the emergency department as soon as possible. At Lexington Medical Center, we're pleased to serve our community. As a certified primary stroke center, our acute stroke team rapidly evaluates patients and provides them with the fastest treatment possible. This specialized care limits the chance of brain damage and gives stroke patients a better chance of full recovery. Act quickly at the first sign of a stroke and count on the Stroke Center at Lexington Medical Center to provide you with the best possible care.
Do you want a pharmacy that treats you like a person and not just a number? Then let Craig and Lori at Southlake Drug show you what a pharmacy should be. Fast, friendly, and professional. Southlake Drug can transfer your prescriptions and take the hassle out of getting your medicine and getting you on your way. Southlake Drug takes all major insurance programs, including Medicare, Medicaid, and state employees, and they provide immunization services, including flu shots with no wait and no appointment. Southlake Drug, 1856 Southlake Drive in the Food Lion Shopping Center, 399-7701, or southlakedrug.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to foxsportsradio1400.com/rules. Welcome back to Clemson Sports Talk. Join the show in the chat room at clemsonsportstalk.com.
What have you done for me lately? It's a fair question. Just don't lose sight of the bigger picture. Don't forget history. Lucky for us at Clemson, the answer to the questions, what have you done for me lately, and what have you done always, are the same. We win.
It is Clemson Sports Talk here, Fox Sports Radio 1400, also on the iHeart Radio app. I'm Lawton Swan. Again, appreciate every single one of you. Gamecocks, Bulldogs, Yellow Jackets, Seminoles, all you Clemson Tiger fans who hang out with us and talk about the defending national champions as they attempt to pursue another national championship. And I asked Dabo Swinney, and I know this happens for you guys, man. I don't think this is ever going to go away for me because I was too young, as I mentioned him in the interview. It's over on our website, clemsonsportstalk.com. As I mentioned in the interview with Dabo Swinney at the ACC kickoff, I was too young to remember the 1981 national championship. I was 4. I probably did some celebrating. Probably did a little bit of that, but I don't remember it. And so I didn't have those moments where I wake up and went, man, Swanee, let me tell you about 1981. Just didn't happen. People did that to me all the time. Oh, you'll never forget it. Oh, this is where I was. This was the Orange Bowl, and so on and so forth. And so now that one's happened when I'm old enough, I get this moment. And I don't know if this happens with basketball national championships and baseball national championships, because I can tell you it didn't happen when Clemson won golf. Didn't happen for me when Clemson won soccer in 1987. I mean, I know I was 10, but I didn't wake up any days in my life and go, hoo-hoo, ha-ha, that happened. That happens a lot now. Just randomly. Shaving in the mirror. Dadgum. We won the national championship in football. That probably happens for a lot of you quite a bit. We'll send it out to the phone lines. Caller, talk to me. What's up?
Hey.
What's going on, buddy?
How's it going?
I'm good, man.
I was engaged, and I'm back home now. I was engaged in a conversation with an earbud in my ear, listening to you talking to Zach, and I heard him mention Hunter Renfrow there at the end, and I think I texted into you. I'm not quite sure because I was so engaged in this conversation.
I do have a text message from you. I got to get out to the text line shortly. I got a lot of texts actually today.
But yeah, I finally figured out I'm probably going to have to come to work with y'all.
Okay.
I mean, because I got this down pretty much. But yeah, I'm gonna say Hunter Renfrow is going to be your leader.
Well, he may very well be.
The only thing he's got to do is be a little bit more vocal because he's a quiet guy.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, too, though, with a guy that's kind of quiet like that, he lets his actions speak louder than his words, wouldn't you say?
I definitely would say.
Yeah. Well, and I tell you, if Deshaun Watson trusts him, maybe everybody else should. As a matter of fact, I've seen his name come across a couple of times already. Justin Wayne says Renfro's the guy that he would trust. So I understand that completely. Let's hit up the Ocean Reef Resort text line. Because we got a lot going on. Actually, let me give you one news nugget real quick. Clemson women's basketball coach Audra Smith received a contract extension through 2021. The Board of Trustees Compensation Committee approved it at their July meeting. So the Clemson Tiger women's basketball coach gets a bit of an extension there. Now, in terms of messages via the Ocean Reef Resort text line, Positive Mike says, Swanee, speaking of those Clemson Sports Talk koozies, how about making a Mick Ultra koozie? A high dollar, huh? Okay. Rudy in Central says, Coach Venables stated also today that Scott Pagano leaving was a big issue for the depth. He was a captain on the team and probably a starter in 2017 and would have been a big in the rotation traveling. He says, send me the link to hear you on the road. Rudy, best thing I can tell you is iHeart Radio, buddy. The iHeart Radio app. And then search for Fox Sports Radio 1400. Matter of fact, Rudy, I'm going to take care of you. I'll text you tonight. I'm a good guy. I got time. Speaking of Scott Pagano's absence now, if Pagano were at Clemson, then you could see another year with Christian Wilkins playing on the edge at defensive end. I mean, that's a possibility. Bent Zero chiming in via the Ocean Reef Resort text line, putting his trust in C.J. Fuller. TJ says, hello, lawman. TJ here. Did I hear it correctly? Oh, my goodness, I won a Swanee. Yes, TJ. Congratulations, my man. TJ won a Swanee Award. Now, if you're not familiar, again, and you're just joining us, that's our annual show that we put on. It's kind of like the Oscars, only for this radio show. Much more prestigious awards. TJ won the Best Texter Award. And I got to admit, when you got a name like Lawton Swan, you get a couple of things for people. My entire life, I've gotten Lawman. I got Law Dog. I got Swan Dog. Swanee. Lots of nicknames, but I like the Lawman. He says he trusts Kane and Fuller. He says the quarterback spot is going to be fine regardless of who wins the job. Enjoys the show. Go Tigers. For your 2016-2017 national champs, kings of college football. TJ, thank you, buddy, for participating with us here on Clemson Sports Talk throughout the calendar year. And that's the way that you can get yourself in the running for sure for a Swanee Award. Believe me, it's kind of like college football season. It's easy to grind with us from August to December. Okay? That's the easy time for me to walk in here and do the show. But those of you that grind with us 365, 24/7, always with us, believe that. You guys put yourself in a spot to win. When I'm getting phone calls, text messages, and tweets from you in the dead of winter, when Clemson Tiger basketball, 7 games under 500 in ACC play, buddy, I appreciate that. You give me some extra motivation to not only walk in here, but to put on a show for you. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for everything you guys have done for me. Man, we got a lot to get to tomorrow on the program. So much to get to. One little news nugget, though, I will give out there, kind of kind of stepping away from Clemson for a minute, former Notre Dame head coach Ara Parseghian, who is 94, has an infection in his hip. And I think he's not doing too well based on the fact that what I saw, his former players rallying around him, the fact that he's undergone 5 operations on his hip. He can't have any other operations on it, according to what I read. He's having to take, I guess, antibiotics through IVs in order to try to fix this issue. Matter of fact, the hip injury is what cut short his playing career, which led him to coaching at Miami of Ohio, Northwestern, and Notre Dame, where he won 2 national titles with the Fighting Irish in 11 seasons. And then, of course, spent a number of years as a television analyst alongside Brent Musburger with CBS is when I really remember Coach Parseghian. But, yeah, so at 94, having some issues right now. So thoughts and prayers to Coach. He is a real legend in this, in the game of college football. I want to say, wasn't he in, I think he was kind of in Rudy. I think he was the coach that wouldn't play Rudy, if I remember correctly. When I think one coach left, Dan Levine or somebody. Maybe I got the name wrong, but then Coach Parseghian comes in and won't play Rudy, and the players boycott. I think that was against him. I'm going to double check that tonight. Anyway, we will talk to you tomorrow. As always, y'all take care now. And go Tigers!
Your pet deserves high-quality health care. Your pet deserves the friendly, professional doctors and courteous staff at Midland's Veterinary Practice. We treat you and your pet like family by listening carefully to your concerns and addressing your pet's long-term healthcare needs. With the use of our latest state-of-the-art technology, like a therapeutic laser, we offer alternatives to drug therapy. At Midland's Veterinary Practice, we care for the most valuable pets, yours. Visit us at MidlandsVet.com on Facebook or Twitter, or contact us at 750-7387, 750-PETS.
For 28 years, the professional staff of the Hobbs Group and Hobbs Group Advisors has been dedicated to helping others achieve their financial goals by delivering quality, objective financial and accounting solutions to a diverse client base of individuals and businesses all over South Carolina. We offer tax and audit services, bookkeeping, payroll, litigation support, employee benefits, personal financial planning, investment management, and insurance services. Please call us at 803-799-0555 or visit our website, hobbscpa.com, to learn more about our people and services.
Cottingham Family Dentistry is proud to announce the opening of their new office located at 3722 Devine Street, and they're welcoming new patients. What makes Cottingham Family Dentistry different? It's in the name, family. They will cater to your needs and the dental needs of your children. Cottingham Family Dentistry offers same-day crowns, dental implants, cosmetic dentistry, including whitening, veneers, and tooth-colored fillings, and many other dental services. If you're searching for an amazing dental home, call 776-4234 or stop by their new office at 3722 Devine Street and become a part of the family at Cottingham Family Dentistry.
Our customers receive the best heating and air conditioning service in South Carolina. Hi, I'm Tim Mosley, and I can make that statement because that's what our customers tell us every day. We call it quality confirmed. Call us at 803-233-7172, and we'll call you when the job is done to confirm we met your expectations. That's quality confirmed. We're Carolina Conditions, and we're committed to meeting your expectations. 803-233-7172. Call us at 803-233-7172.
Columbia Office Furniture is the destination for quality new or used office furniture. Preview thousands of new quick ship desks, chairs, workstations, file cabinets, bookcases, conference room furniture, and more at COFSC.com. Then visit our 12,000 square foot showroom at 301 Greystone Boulevard to see, sit in, touch, and feel actual samples before you buy, or browse our huge selection of quality used office furniture. And we offer layout and design services as well as installation. Visit COFSC.com today. Columbia Office Furniture. We furnish solutions.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safer.gov.